Corie may have been working some today. We're going to sit down for a few minutes with you and share some updates. We just got finished with our dinner. I had a really good dinner. This is sort of an update. In one of my recent videos, I shared that I had forgotten that I had made for the first time ever canned coleslaw last year. I'll leave that link in the description below so you can see it. But I'd forgot about it, but in one of my recent videos I was making green beans and I seen it, so I brought a jar up and we just loved it. And I've been eating it every day pretty much with a piece of pita bread with some hummus on it, and then the coleslaw, which really tastes more similar to a pickle for me. Sort of like bread and butter, I don't know, sort of like chow chow. A lot of people have told me though, and I've not tried it yet, that I should drain it and then mix it with mayonnaise, and that it would be very similar to a coleslaw. But I've enjoyed it so much like that I've just continued to eat it every day. I've ate almost that whole jar by myself. It's really good. So I'm definitely going to have to be thinking ahead in the garden to all the things I want to grow to be able to make it again next year. I don't know what you ate, Corie. What are you eating now? What are these,
I don't know.
circles?
This is weird.
Circles?
Fruit on a circle. Well, fruit in the shape of a circle. I had sourdough that Mom made. Mom made sourdough, and so I had ham and cheese on it that I melted in the toaster, and I had some pickles and some berries, and these are both actually Katie's.
And you're just opening them and trying to see what they are.
Yeah, our order from Thrive Market came, and I just wanted to try it.
Okay. We all were eating together. We were actually just sitting around the TV though, because Matt had a concert of Merle Haggard going. So we're all big Merle fans, and there's this one, if you're a fan of Merle's and you've watched a lot of his older stuff, you probably know the one I'm talking about. I mean, he's got on what, Corie, a blue shirt, cowboy hat. Looks like he's maybe in his 50s. I want to say it might have been Austin City Limits, but it may not have been. It may have been something else. But it's kind of that vibe. Anyway, I've seen it a lot, different parts of it, and the entire concert over the years, and it just never gets old. We're just all really Merle fans. Matt, of course, I can't listen to Merle Haggard without going back to the days that me and Matt courted. That was our background of our courting music. Corie and Katie grew up. I'm sure it takes them back to just being little kids and hearing it played around the house. So lots of good memories when it comes to Merle Haggard. He just had one of the best voices.
Unusually good.
Yeah, and his music was good too, all that, but his voice was just unbelievable. And then, you know, he's called the poet of the common man. His songs were just so well written and so meaningful and powerful, and brings about all these emotions, you know. So we're all huge fans. So that was kind of nice though to sit together and watch a little bit of it while we ate. Yeah. That's the one great thing. There's lots of great things about YouTube, but that's one of them, is that you can find, if you are a music fan, you can find, hear Olive whining, or not really whining, sighing, I guess. She's laid down. She's taking a load off there. Anyway, you can find all these concerts and videos of people, you know, if you like music, of even the most obscure ones. Hey, you can even find the Pressley girls. And the Blind Pig and the Acorn Gang, all of us, and Pap and Paul. Anyway, so one of the things I wanted to update you on is the cookbook, mine and Jim's cookbook, continuing to sell well. We're so pleased and honored and humbled by all the people who've purchased one. And I have another cookbook signing that I wanted to share with you. So on April 20th, from 11 till 2, in Ringgold, Georgia, I will be at the Sanctuary Restaurant and Tea Room. I'll put all that information in the description below so you can look at it further and have a place to come back to. Now, Jim won't get to come with me to that one. It's a little bit far piece for him to travel without having to spend the night, but it's not that far for us. And I don't know who will come with me, which if I hope Corie at least will get to come. Matt might come. I don't think Katie might come. I don't know. It might just be me and Corie. Might just be me and Matt, but it'll be me and somebody. So we hope that if you're able to come to that, we'd love to meet you and talk to you and chat with you. And that restaurant will have the cookbook there for sale. But if you bought yours online or something and you'd like to bring it and let me sign it, I'll be glad to do that too. Another thing about the cookbook is that a lot of people during this whole process since May of 2023, when it first published, have been asking me, Tipper, why in the world is your cookbook not in all of the Smoky Mountain, think about the Smoky Mountain National Park, all of their little storefronts that they have in various places throughout the park. Well, it was a real process. You learn something all the time, especially going through something like this. It's a real process to be accepted into their all of their stores, and it's not just like, you send it, yeah, okay, next week we'll review it and it's over. It's like this whole lengthy process. So it's took this whole time for us to finally find out that they said no thank you. so it will not be in those stores, but it is still available at Mass General Store. Of course, I'm selling it through Etsy. Jim, you can get it through Jim's site. You can get it in all of the big bookstores when you think about them. So still is readily available. Also available on Amazon. One other thing about the cookbook, not really that cookbook, but the little e-cookbook that I have. It's 10 of my favorite Appalachian recipes. I can link to that if you've not seen it, but it's just an e-cookbook. It doesn't, you could print it out yourself, but I don't print it. It's not printed. It's just like you would look at it on your device. And I have it for sale in my Etsy shop. I've had it a long time, even before mine and Jim's cookbook was published. And a lot of people bought it. Thank you so much. But sometimes people have trouble downloading it because you have to actually download it. And I'm always afraid, even though it says clearly it's an ebook, that somebody may think, oh, well, she never mailed it to me. Well, I never was going to mail it to you. But if you have trouble downloading it, if somehow it's not clear or it's hard to understand, if you will email me, I'll help you with that. And you can actually message me through the Etsy store just that way, or you could email me, Tipper Pressley. Pressley has 2 S's, Tipper has 2 P's, at gmail.com. You could do that too, and I'd be glad to help. Now that I've told all, I think that's all I had to say about the cookbook. Corie, what have you been doing?
Oh, what have I been doing that puts me on the spot? One thing that I've done recently is making some bread, and we could probably link to that recipe. It's actually a video by another channel that we enjoy watching, but I've been wanting to make her bread recipe for a while. It's like a yeast bread, and it's like a sandwich bread, and that's been really cool getting to make that. Trying to think, I've been trying kind of new recipes, and that's been fun. I have made some soap. It will not be ready to list until February because it needs to cure for 4 weeks, but I have been able to make a couple batches of that, so that's nice. What else? I'm trying to think of anything else going on.
You and Katie are going to go live. You want to talk about that?
Yes, thank you. I completely forgot about that. So Katie and I are going to go live on our channel, and I'm sure if you don't know our channel, we can put that in the description, and that's going to be this Saturday, which will be the 27th, January 27th, and we're going to plan to go live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that will be our first live, and I think it will be fun to just get to go live and chat with people and answer questions or just get to visit with people, so we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be exciting.
Yeah. Trying to think anything else.
Olive.
That's Olive. Yeah, I mean, me and Austin and Olive and baby are doing pretty good, so.
Everything going good.
Everything's going pretty good.
A lot of people have asked me if Corie's house is sold yet. It's not sold yet.
Not yet.
It's come awful close.
A couple of
times, but nothing yet.
Not yet.
So we're still hopeful that it'll sell and that'll allow her to move into my brother and sister-in-law's house that have decided to downsize, and they'd be closer to us and kind of in a better location as far as their preferences for her and Austin. But of course, also nice that they'd be really close to us, so we're still hopeful that will happen, but it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, and that's good to address. A lot of people have been asking, and we don't really have any news yet. We're just still kind of in a waiting game.
Yeah. So another thing I was going to talk about was Granny. A lot of people, again, have been asking about Granny, along with Corie's house, or if her and Austin's house had sold. Well, Granny this week had finally her appointment where I think before the last update we'd shared maybe they'd ordered the wrong test, and we finally got the right test, and we met with the surgeon, and the surgeon, and actually I should say that test, what it showed was the cancer, the treatments had helped the mass reduce. It did not make it go away, but it had reduced it enough to, which Granny already knew, all of her symptoms had went away, which that was great. And so the surgeon, really, really nice, talked to us about it, talked to Granny about it. If she was 20 years younger, it'd just be like, we suggest you have the surgery. But because of her age, she will be 84 March 6th. Hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah.
And she has a artificial heart valve that's past its prime. She has some other little health issues that all, because of all that, it's like they can't really advise her to do that. It's just be all the way up to her. Anyway, so we finally got back to her regular doctor, not the surgeon, but the oncologist. And after talking with him, he suggested that it was possible that she just stay on like a maintenance program of treatment that she would take by mouth, and that would hopefully just keep what we got. Hold what you got. I can hear Ricky Skaggs in my head.
Yeah.
Hold what you got. I'm coming home, baby. So she could just hold what she's got. And Granny, of course, that was Granny's decision. That was totally up to her. The doctors had told her that. We had told her that. We'd be there to help her try to recover from the surgery or whatever she wanted to do. So that was her decision. She wants to go with the maintenance plan. And we're hopeful that, you never know, but that it would go good because it was part of the same treatment she had before. So hopefully there'll be no side effects coming that we're not, aware of or anything like that. So I think Granny's really happy to kind of have a decision and be able just to kind of relax and move forward. Of course, she'll have to be checked and, during this process, not like we'll never go back or anything. But it's, I think, eased her mind to know that she doesn't have a surgery ahead of her.
Oh, yeah. I was definitely pleased.
Yeah. And she's doing good. She's staying busy crocheting. She's been crocheting some really cute little outfits that Corie and Katie don't know about, but I've seen.
Exciting.
They're really cute, yeah. She's also been already, Granny's always thinking ahead, so she's already been thinking about next Christmas.
Uh-oh. Maybe she really needs out things today. Sorry, Mom.
Okay, we let Matt attend to Olive. He's going to take Olive outside. Anyway, so we're all really pleased, and the doctor is pleased said he felt really good about that decision for Granny. So I think we're all happy about it, and really the most though happy that she's just doing better, that she's feeling better and staying busy like Granny always. I know before long she'll be starting to talk about green beans and planting her garden and getting excited about that.
Absolutely.
Another thing, in recent videos, people have asked about the mugs that me and Matt have been drinking our hot chocolate out of, and we've shared that Rob Withrow, he's the potter that made them. We've got tons of Rob's mugs because he's a local person here, and so over the years we've just accumulated them. Corie and Katie used to even go, I think once or twice you helped him clean up or empty his kiln or something back in the day. You'd go do that. Sometimes he put out an all call for people to come. Anyway, a lot of people have been asking about him, and you can certainly find his work at the folk school, but probably in other places too. I don't know that if he just does wholesale or he doesn't. I don't know. He does like festivals and stuff. I know that, and we can leave the link to his website, Smoke on the Mountain. I always want to say Smoke in the Mountain. Is it Smoke in the Mountain or Smoke on the Mountain?
I'm not sure.
I think Smoke on the Mountain. Anyway, we'll leave it in the description below. But hopefully, we're working with Rob that we'll have some to sell that have like the Celebrating Appalachia little emblem on them. So many people have asked us about it, so stay tuned for that. And then talking about the garden, of course, we're getting excited too. Corie, we was talking about it earlier, and Corie said, of course, this year she won't be able to do what she did last year. Even if she was already, which we hope, the house sells and she gets to move over here still with the baby coming and all that, and basically, she'll be leaving behind all the stuff her and Austin did last year. Won't be much. But I told her when she feels like it, she can help us and of course enjoy being part of all of the bounty that comes from the garden too.
Yeah, regardless whether we move or stay, I was thinking maybe just 1 or 2 plants of tomatoes, cucumbers, maybe peppers, and that's about it. Maybe some potatoes, but just something super simple because I don't want to plant and waste a bunch because I know I'm probably not going to feel like doing a ton of gardening, so maybe do it. And especially if we move, I'm not really sure
what she would do.
Yeah, I'm not sure that we'd really have time to get anything together for that at all, but see.
And if you did like feel like planting and know that you was going to be at one location or the other, about the time that you're going to have the babies, the time stuff starts coming in. So then you would be, so it'd be probably not the best year. But lucky for you, your mom and daddy, mom and daddy will supply you with fresh produce.
Even if because I've got some like certain lettuces I would like to grow again because I really enjoyed those last year. So maybe I'll just bring some seeds over and be like, can y'all plant some of these?
Yeah, and you know, Matt and I are going to enlarge our garden area too, either way. So, which we're not really going to plant lettuces and stuff down there. Although I'm already dreaming about next fall, thinking more sunshine down there. I could plant like a big long row of course, turnips. I'm thinking about turnips, but I'm thinking about lettuces and things like that, and cover them with, you know, put them under a row cover.
Yeah.
And the sunshine hits down there enough. We don't get much, I mean, we're on the north side. We get enough sunshine to grow most things up here around our house. But in the winter, the sun is back behind the mountain, so we hardly get any sunshine. Anyway, all exciting things, and because of that, it's what made me think about the gardening, is we still have a few of the almanac calendars left, and if you're interested in those, we'll leave that link in the description below too. And I always encourage people, look around the area where you live, at banks, at funeral homes, feed stores, those kind of places, insurance companies, and they may be giving them away for free, and you could just pick up one. But if you're interested in one, we'll leave that link in the description below. And speaking of the description below, I've had recently a lot of people say, I don't know where you're talking about. I don't know. I look and I don't see anything. Well, if you're on your phone or if you're on a desktop, I think it's the same both places. If you read just under the video there, you'll see some text, and usually it'll say more ... I think, doesn't. So if you click there, it kind of drops down, and that's where you would find the information like that I'm saying. I'll put down there. You can find links to our Etsy shop, to our the Blind Pig and the Acorn YouTube channel where there's more music, to the girls channel. You can find all of our links in there, but you have to click on that little, it's more, I think, isn't it, Corie? Mm-hmm. To actually get that to drop down, and that's where that would be. One more thing, thinking about the channel and everything that goes along with the channel, is spammers. Spammers drive us crazy, and it's not just us and the girls that they drive crazy. It's all YouTube channels get this. And what happens is, I don't even understand how their spam works, but it's spam. But they steal our pictures. So then they, you know, it almost like I have people say, Tipper, you've been hacked. And I really hadn't been hacked. It's just somebody impersonating me. They're pretending to be me or pretending to be the girls. So they steal our picture, and they might make their name sound sort of like ours. Like they might say the Pressley girls, but if you look, there might be a period in there somewhere. So it's slightly different. Anyway, and then they go in our videos and they comment back to you when you comment and say, hey, hit me up on Telegram or text me at this number.
Can we talk? Can we discuss?
Yeah, can we discuss? I got to tell you something. Hit me up at WhatsApp or something. It's none of it is us. And we've recently had even friends tell us that they thought it was. So then they contacted the people, and then they got something really ugly back. And then they realized, oh Lord, that's not them. But we will never, I will never, Corie and Katie will never ask you to text us or to hit us up on some platform. Never, nothing. Now, if you ask us something like, hey, Tipper, could you send me blah, 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 I might say, or I have a recipe to share with you, Tipper. I might say, okay, here's my email,
right.
tipperpressley@gmail.com.
Very occasionally, I will tell people, send me an email. Yeah. But that's the PressleyGirls@gmail.com. That's really my email.
Right, but it's never going to be
hit me up.
Yeah, or call. I've got to tell you something. Message me on Telegram. We're never ever going to do that. We're never going to ask you to do that. Like Corie said, if you say, even then we're not going to say email me. Usually we would, if you say, I've got something I want to show you, a picture, how can I share it? Then we would say, oh, you can email me at. Right. But we're never going to ask you to text us or call us. No. Or message us on WhatsApp or Telegram or any of those. We're never going to do that. So anytime you see that, just know that it is a spammer.
And report it if you can. Yeah. Look for the 3 dots and report.
If you see that, you can look over to the side. There'll be 3 little dots, and if you click on them, like a little drop down comes down, and there's one that says report spam or something like that. I don't know what it says exactly. Yeah. Is that it? And if you click that, then it just says YouTube will look into this, and they will see. And that's one way to get them gone. Now, if somebody, most of the time we see it ourselves. We're looking at because we both try to really monitor, and Katie does too, our comments, and we'll see it and be like, and we'll report them, and then we can ban them from our channel and they're gone.
Right.
It doesn't mean they're not commenting on somebody else's channel somewhere, but they're gone from ours, and we report them to YouTube. And after YouTube investigates, then they always, and I think you found the same thing, they take them down because they realize, they have stole their photo and they've just started their YouTube channel last week or whatever. But that takes a process to do that. I mean, it takes a little while for YouTube to do that. And then the bad part is, as soon as we do that, even if I ban them, somebody else just steals my picture and does it again. It just starts over. So, and again, it's not just Corie and Katie and me that deal with that. It's every YouTuber out there has to deal with those spammers. So please just know that we would never ask you to text us or message us on some weird website or something. We're never ever going to do that at all. So I think there was just one more thing I wanted to share. So Corie was talking about going live. Now, me and Matt did that for the first time when we reached 250,000 subscribers. And that was so nice. It was really exciting. We didn't tell anybody. We had told previously, we'd said when we reach that, we will go live. You know, it may not be that instant, but shortly after that we will. But we didn't really let anybody know. We just thought we'll hop on here and just see what happens. And Corie was here to help us. And we learned a lot in that live. For one thing, Corie was passing the questions to us because it goes so fast. And I should have been repeating them. So the next live we'll do that. I'll repeat the question before we answer it. Anyway, I did have a few people say, oh no, you're not going to start going live all the time, do you? I don't like that. Well, no, we're not going to go live all the time. But there was so many people that really enjoyed it and was sorry that they missed it that we are going to try to do it maybe once a month, something like that. And of course, if you're not interested, just don't watch that video. You know, you can catch us on the next one. Is that what y'all say? Catch us on the next one. See you on the next one. Anyway, but we are going to go live. Our Sunday night, we always put out a video on Sunday night. Our Sunday night on January 28th, which is next Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Gosh, time's going by so fast. We're going to go live at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock on Sunday, January 28th.
4 p.m.
4 p.m.
I figured people would know it's not 4 a.m., but I'm just saying.
No, I'll be snoozing at 4 a.m. But 4 p.m., yes. And Corie will be here again to help us. And this time I'll repeat the questions out loud. And hopefully we can have a good time chatting real time with each other. That's the nice part of going live. Again, all of our videos are not going to be live or not even once a week or anything, but it is nice because it gives you a real-time moment to speak to people, so it is a nice feeling. And again, if it's not your thing, we totally understand, and I'm sure we'll be back. It was that Sunday by Tuesday with our regular, what did they say on TV? My regularly scheduled what is it? That used to, I'm thinking about the old days. They probably don't do that anymore. What did they used to say? You don't remember that, Corie, probably.
I don't know.
It's like when they'd have to interrupt for a news bulletin or something.
Yeah.
Now we're returning to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah, something like that.
Anyway. So if you can make it, though, on that Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock, that would be great. I think Corey's going to have to go take a nap. That's okay.
I get sleepy after lunch.
Once after eating, but then it's your condition. And then also listening to me just talk.
No, it's not that.
I don't mean that I'm boring, which I probably am to some people, but I know my voice is probably comforting to you.
Oh, absolutely,
so
yeah.
probably like
I'm
safety,
just kinda
like I can be down at Granny's and just be listening to her and be because it's just like a safety net, hearing the voice that's always tended you.
That's true.
Yeah, tended you in your since you was a little kid.
Yeah.
Anyway, so understandable to get sleepy. I think it's Pastor Lon and Robbie Lynn. He teases her about every time they talk. She starts yawning. But again, she's hearing his voice and being still. That's another thing when you're used to going all the time.
Moving a lot.
So we hope that you enjoyed these updates. If we didn't answer any questions, leave them in the comments and we'll try to answer them. And we're always glad when you stop by to visit with us, and we really are thankful for all your support, all your good wishes, for everything. But since I mentioned Granny, we're so thankful for all the prayers and all the love that you've shown her and shown us.